Currently, there's like almost like a renaissance in aviation, where it seems like anything is possible.
As the drone industry increases, the application of these drones increase, and people want to use them more, we're going to see more and more specific jobs that are drone pilots specifically.
Drones are great because it's a new tool that we're going to be able to use to do all sorts of, whether it's mapping or videography, surveying of infrastructure. I mean, it's a tool that we can use, and I think what's most important for young people to understand is that as you're getting your degree and as you're in school, try to pick up as many tools that you can apply across different disciplines.
It became very clear to me there were a lot of people, both faculty and students on campus, who were either working with drones or were interested in working with drones. And there are a bunch of projects on campus that had been developing sensor and drone systems that allow them to look at the conditions that cause wildfires and help to mitigate wildfires when they start. So we knew it was something that was going on, and we wanted to bring more attention to that and hopefully focus resources in a way that more of that work can be done.
Here in California, we've had a number of wildfires, and some of those have occurred in areas where we've been conducting these flights over multiple years. And so now there's an opportunity for us to look at, as these areas regenerate, do we see the same species coming back, or do we see new species coming in? And is that a result of climate change, or is that some other factor? Maybe they're invasive species, but having this data and information before disturbance and then after disturbance provides us with a real opportunity of understanding how these ecosystems change. But having background in biology is also really critical to being able to understand what's happening on the ground and being able to answer these critical questions.
So the fire services, working with them, we've identified 3 critical use cases. One is prescribed fire, and it's a huge land management tool, and also a tool for fighting wildfires. Then the second application is tactical resupply. So this is bringing stuff to guys on the front line. Well, if we want to deliver something as simple as a hot dinner to a crew of firefighters, just throw it on here and take off from a fixed location, bring it to the drop point and put it on the ground. And then finally, eventually we want to get to being able to actually put out spot fires by dropping a payload of some kind of retardant on them. We're not super focused on that right now. We want to focus on those other 2 applications first.
This is the kind of equipment that is going to revolutionize the way we fight fires, and it's going to require this entire new generation of people to pilot these things.
Speaking to the youth and just choosing an industry that's really going to be always changing and evolving, and I guess that's whether it's drones or traditional aviation or even aviation in general.
One part of it is being competent around operating the drone, uploading the software, uploading the maps, but then after you get that data, you need to use other software to stitch all those pictures together so that you get the map of the area that you've flown. And then you also can use GIS for in a number of different capacities to further analyze that data.
I think one of the most exciting opportunities, we have a lot of students who come in and they want to gain skills for entrepreneurial reasons too. They see an opportunity for them to apply drone technology in a new field, or also to innovate UAVs and drones themselves. So figure out new systems and new sensors that can be carried by drones.
Parallel Flight is not a typical drone company. We act as an OEM and a drone as a service company. So that really opens up the door for a lot of different roles. So of course, on the R&D side, there's your typical roles, right? Mechanical engineering, electrical engineering. Moving beyond that as well, there's drone pilots, people who are actually going to go out in the field and fly these systems, which I think would be pretty fun. If you gave me a choice at the beginning of the day, like I can go answer my emails, which is what I normally do, or go fly that, like I'd choose to go fly that because it would be a lot more fun.
I really enjoy working on these projects. You know, it fulfills like the science geeky tech side of my soul because I get to play with electronics and geek out on different types of cameras and different types of drones and what they can do, which is always super fun. But it also really speaks to being able to make a difference, because the data that we're getting and the skills that we're able to give people through training is going to make a difference to how people manage the landscape and manage our ecosystems into the future, which is fabulous.
So what you're seeing today is really the start of what is going to be an unmanned revolution in technology.
Also, being able to use drones is going to be a multiplier for them. So I've got these skills and I know how to use drones to apply to this field that maybe it hasn't even really been applied to yet. So there's just a whole range, I think, of skills that students can gain at this point as this industry really develops. So they're not coming in and just learning something that's static. I think they're coming in, they have an opportunity to really help innovate as things develop.